morning, everybody. How we doing?
What's this challenge of this offense you're about to face? They got a lot of guys.
Yeah, they got some great playmakers. They run the ball really well. Obviously, they got playmakers in the pass game with Devontae and Puka, and obviously they got a great quarterback. So it's definitely going to be a good challenge this week, and really to see how we stack up against them.
What stands out to you about Matthew Stafford, just all these years in, still being widely considered one of the best in the league?
Yeah, just his arm talent. You know what I mean? He's a gunslinger. He can make every throw, and you can see the confidence he brings to that offense, that team. He does a really good job with manipulating coverage with his eyes. And, obviously he's got all types of throws, no looks, and all kind of stuff like that. But he's a very accurate quarterback, and he gets the ball out quick. So we got to do a really good job and discipline with the defenses that we're running.
DeForest, the other day Shane was saying this is a different team, very different feeling to this team. How has the culture changed in the course of just 1 year?
Yeah, just the accountability and everybody upholding the standard. You know what I mean? From day one, that's what we were. Shane was preaching. That's what we were all preaching, and I feel like we've been doing a good job in all phases of the ball, all phases on the team, and with the coaches, players, players. Everybody. Just making sure that we don't let off the gas, and we just continue to uphold the standard.
Did that just come from you guys, from within?
Yeah, obviously. The tip of the spear is, Shane, and, all the leaders on the team, we're making sure we do our part with, all of our, we all got different leaders in different rooms, and we got to make sure, our rooms are all on the same page.
You've been on good teams where you guys get off to good starts and have good records. What changes once that happens? Like, internally, do you have to drill home a little bit more of, hey, we got to stay the course, or how does that work?
Really, when you're doing well and you got a good start, it's really just paying attention to the little things, the details. And, we had, won 41-20. But we could have won even better, especially on the defensive side, things that we can clean up. And also just, just making sure, like I said, we're upholding the standard and not letting the little things slip.
Buck, when you face great running backs all the time. Mm-hmm. They've got one of the Rams, they've got one, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, whatever. But do they wear you down in the second half? If they're is it tougher in the second half against good backs or not?
I wouldn't say it wears us down. I would say, obviously we always have an emphasis on, getting bodies, population to the ball carrier. You know what I mean? And I feel like we've done for the most part, since I've been here, when we face good running backs, we do a good job of swarming, getting bodies on the back and everything. So, I wouldn't say it's a big issue.
I just mentioned it because JT's numbers in the second half, he's averaging 8 yards.
Yeah, it's funny. We were talking about that. We were just like, it's crazy how the more he plays throughout the game, the better he gets. You know what I mean? Especially in the fourth quarter, that's when those big runs start popping out and everything. And it's funny because we were talking about that just yesterday.
Do you see the effect of that? Like, I know as a teammate though, like when you're on the sideline and okay, we're up. We're going to run the ball, and they can't stop it. And like Chap said, he's averaging over 8 yards a carry. So what is that like from your perspective, seeing someone be one of the best in the world?
It's inspiring for sure. You know what I mean? It brings energy to the team. Seeing a guy like that continue to get better, even in the fourth quarter. When you're facing that as a defender, it's definitely demoralizing. You know what I mean? And that's why we always preach when we go against these great backs like JT.
Hey, who y'all got this week?
Penn State, baby. Come on now. Come on now.
Hey, I want the same energy you had last
Come on.
Right.
It's a Northwestern guy. He's just going on any type of bandwagon to try and take the Ducks down. It's crazy.
Hey, I do have a question. How did you convince him to bet that? Like, I wouldn't.
Because he had all the confidence in. You know what? He's a true alum. He had faith. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? He's ride or die. That's a true Northwestern right there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. Exactly. You definitely can. Yeah.
Ask James about going ride or die with this.
Oh. Illinois down real good.
Do you and Tyler Warren have anything?
Yeah, we got something cooking. Yeah.
Puddles?
Huh? What was that?
Puddles again?
Nah, I think we might do a little jersey swap. Yeah. I gotta find myself an Oregon jersey. gotta find it in my basement somewhere. I don't know where it is.
You didn't put the duck away. I mean, you can always just pull the duck out.
Definitely, yeah. I definitely got that I got it in the EQ room, so it's on ice right now.
Some bonus rookie hazing.
Have you noticed the double teams on you change at all on passing downs over the years?
Yeah, I mean, pretty sure their protection calls are slide the 9-9. I mean, I feel like these past 3 games, it's been a lot. So yeah.
Your double
You think
team
more
numbers
than-
are. Go ahead.
But more than they have been in recent years, you feel like?
I mean, that's how it feels. Yeah.
It feels like it's also, you're getting 300 pounders. You're not getting like a
Yeah.
chip or a tight
Yeah,
end.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we just gotta continue trying to find ways to get me free.
Is there any logic to that, do you think? Like, why you think that's happening? Because I looked at that the other day. Your
Yeah.
double team numbers are very high.
Yeah. I mean,
Other than, like, you're a dog.
I mean, yeah. Like I'm just gonna be honest. Like you give me, if a team wants to just leave me one-on-one all day, it's gonna be a tough day for them. But I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just something I got to battle through, and just got to continue to figure out ways to, to free me up or get more one-on-one opportunities.
When you talked in the past about managing your back, how are you feeling at this point in the season? And
Yeah.
do you anticipate still being available to play Sunday?
No, yeah. I mean, I feel like, with me and the training staff, we've been doing a really good job with, monitoring and everything like that. And, obviously Fridays, it's kind of a rest day for me and everything to get my body right for the game. So I feel like the communication between us has been great, especially over the years. And, I think I'll be fine.
Well, time of possession is always a critical factor in the game, but with the way that your offense has been so productive in sustaining drives, how critical has that been? How beneficial has it been, especially coming into what this Sunday will be?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. We love it. Sometimes we feel like we're getting cold sitting on the sideline, but I mean, it's a good thing. We're getting us some extra rest on the sideline, and also to fine tune some things on the defensive side of the ball. And yeah, I mean, it's been great to see that this year.
The next man up mentality has been a slogan here for a while, but for this defense through the first 3 weeks, you guys have kind of been tested with that more so than recent years. Just why have you guys been able to adjust to that on the fly every week with different guys being out?
I just feel like it's from day one. I mean, like what I've been saying, upholding the standard. You know what I mean? I mean, it doesn't matter who's in there. I mean, you gotta just fill in and then do your job. And I feel like the guys have been doing a good job preparing, for the game plan, and also the other guys on the defense rallying behind those guys. Giving them confidence to go out there and play at a high level.
All right, thanks, Buck.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it. So we were just talking about how you've been finishing games lately. They know when you guys are up 3 touchdowns, you're running the ball, and yet you're still ripping off big runs. How?
I think you just gotta stay committed. You gotta stay disciplined, but you also have to have that mindset, especially with physical teams. Like last week, Tennessee is going to be a physical team. That's what they pride themselves on. So throughout that week of practice, you got to understand. You got to play a full 60 minutes. And, you're going to have to establish that line of scrimmage because, that's what they pride themselves on.
Can you sense, because you're averaging, I think, over 8 yards a carry in the second half of the season, which is absurd, but can you sense when you guys got it rolling and you can feel that wear-on effect on the other team?
Definitely, especially once you start kind of going at a little tempo and, the 5s start going into 6s and 7-yard runs and then 8-yard runs. So you're close, but you have to stay committed. You got to, like I said, you got to stay consistent because then eventually, one is going to go, and then when one goes, you got to make them pay.
Jonathan, is your vision and maybe your understanding of opposing defenses farther ahead now than it was back in like 2021?
Oh, most definitely. I think it has to be. If it wasn't, I would be upset. I would be upset.
How has that then benefited you at this point in your career?
It just gives a pre-snap. Everything is pre-snap. X's and O's move once the ball is snapped. But it gives you a pre-snap sense of where the ball may hit, where this play might be best executed. But then if you have to make adjustments on the fly, you got to make adjustments.
Obviously, you work hard in the offseason and you prepare and keep your body, maintained. But is there something with that preparation, other than just talent, helps you get in and out of those breaks so fast and be able to accelerate
Oh, that's all in the training. Yeah, that's all in the training. And then in the off season, it's even more intense because it may not be 30 seconds, before you take the next rep. You may get a rep and then you go right back to the line. So you try to make the off season as tough as possible in order to prepare yourself for those things. But you definitely have to train that, getting in and out of those breaks quickly, doing it when your legs are tired so that when game time comes, you're ready to go.
You had, I think you finished last season relatively healthy. Does that enabled you, I guess, to train differently? Is that fair?
Oh, it always does. Whenever you don't have to start the season off getting back to baseline, you get a head start on just prepping your body for your intense training. You always go into an off season and you kind of build up your training, but once you have to get back to baseline, that takes time. So whenever you can come out of the season healthy and then start on a normal off-season routine, you want to take full advantage of that.
JT, kind of going off that, your workload so far this year is kind of like 2021, and it really hadn't been like that in 22 and 23. And obviously you battled some injuries, but are you surprised that it's been at that amount already this season?
No, not surprised. That's what you do in the offseason. You work like you're going to take every snap. You got to prepare your body for the workload. If you get less, then that's a plus for your body. But if not, you're prepared. So there are no surprises.
You mentioned you just sort of have to stay with it and stay with it. A 5 turns into a 6 and a 6 into a 7. What allows you to, in the first half, Denver, you're like 11 for 38. It was really tough going. And then what allows you to kind of weather a slow first half, if that's right?
Yeah, and like you said, you have to stay committed. Games like that, it's going to be a challenge. It was never going to be easy, but it's going to be a full 60 minutes. So until the clock strikes 0, you still have the ability to make a play. You still have the ability to gain a positive run. So just understanding that and knowing maybe that's your role for the day. Maybe this was just a game like, hey, we got to get those tough yards. We got to get those tough yards. You may come out with 50 yards, but you get the win. Everybody's happy. So you just have to understand the task at hand ultimately, which is getting the win.
You've never complained when somebody else gets the ball, obviously, but is it fair? Do you feel like you get better? You've said this before. You get better over the course of a game. You get stronger.
You definitely do, because then you definitely feel how the defenders are playing, whether they're a fast flow team, whether they like the lag back. So you kind of just get to understand of how do they want to attack me, how do they want to defend me. So I guess as the game goes on, you get more acquainted with one another for that day.
Shane has said that pre-snap he's really happy with what Daniel Jones has done in the huddle and just knowing where the ball's going and all that. And understandably, in the passing game, I think that's easy to understand, know where you want to go. What about the running game? How important is the pre-snap game and getting the team in the right scenario for you in the run?
I mean, it's all about numbers, especially, if you have a certain look up, especially a defense up, and you don't like the numbers, we may be out leveraged. You want to be able to check away from that, whether it's to a pass or run pass, whatever the case is, but it's all a numbers game in the running game. And of course, sometimes things can happen and, you make guys miss, but at the end of the day, the most logical thing is, hey, if they have 5 over there and we only have 4, we're going this way.
JT, not trying to jinx anything, but the Bucks, Bills, Bucks, I know, you're going to be mad at me. The Bucks, Bills, and you guys are the only teams not to use the T word, give the ball away to the other team so far. Does Daniel deserve a lot of that credit? Why have you guys been so successful with that?
You have to work on it every single day. Every single day we go over ball security. Coach Smith does a great job of addressing it with the team, and it's something that you have to take pride in, especially as a running back, something that you have to take pride in. But anybody who's carrying the football, my running back coach in college used to always say, you're carrying the hopes and dreams of the organization. So, you have to just be very conscious with that. So we're going to continue to work hard and try to continue that in the weeks going forward.